man. I always kind of appreciated TTYD for how deep the combat was. But regardless, we'll have to see if the combat is any deeper for this game number one. Ridley versus Ridley versus Samus. Stop me if you've heard that one before, but chrisypoo versus Citadel.
And staying with the canon, this matchup is atrocious. Oh my god. ZSS is too fast. Her slightly disjointed hitboxes still pose a problem to Ridley because he has such a big frame, so like everything hits. And of course, when you're this big, everything hits and everything combos, and because he is strong, everything also kills. So long story short, Citadel's gonna have his work cut out for him if he wants to win this set. And he's already down to stock, pretty much proving the point right then and there.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that Sakurai had a point when he said that Ridley was a little too big for Smash, but Citadel, nevertheless, trying to utilize that big frame and get out of the way, which a little counterintuitive.
He's got to do something.
You have to. And I would honestly think that, that command grab is a good start. That's it. I mean, you pretty much live and die by how much you garner advantage from on the stage. And yeah, you're not DIing that. You're getting dragged across the stage. And
yeah, when you get dragged that far, but I love that, by the way, aerial command grab. When you get dragged along that far by space power rush, you're gonna die. No DI is gonna help you. You have to master out by that point because you went full stage.
I mean, you're talking to a Falcon main. Tell me about the aerial command grabs, why don't you? But it's the King Chris, nevertheless. Doing well to space out Citadel as well. I mean, there is absolutely no chance for him to even land those nairs, generally speaking, and that's kind of how you have to win these battles when King Chris approaches in. But yeah, if you keep getting zared, if you keep getting paralyzed, like you're not going to be able to deploy much of anything, and you're going to get zapped into a boost kick.
I love that conversion. Zare, down smash, boost kick every day of the week. Especially on Ridley, that big body, that's too easy to get on. He almost up-tilted that up smash. That wouldn't have stopped.
I know someone's typing something. It's only a rocket kick when Juice does it. So, Chris, dash attack in. Citadel, again, just trying to find space to land. Let me live, my guy. And gets really only these nickel and dime hits, not able to convert off of much of anything right now, and is in very real danger of going down to full stock. Down smash. Very, very nearly putting Citadel's game one into the history books. Yeah, looking for these back airs. Yeah, this is like
in King Chris's court at this point because it's just so easy for Citadel to mess up with this character's thighs and crank to all on the jump. When you're at that percent against ZSS and you're that big, like it's so easy to mess up and get boosted by the shield or down smash or anything that could just lead into one of the strong aerials that ZSS has. And that's going to be game one on the board for King Chris. Maybe look too easy.
I mean, it felt like it was too easy, and no disrespect to Citadel at all. This is just the nature of the character. You're really kind of fighting everything. Trying to hit ZSS, quite frankly, as Ridley is like trying to grab a bar of soap in the bath, but also the bath is a whirlpool. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's always frantic and moving, and you really only have one gear as ZSS, and that is full throttle. But that's a gear with which chrisypoo is quite comfortable. And Citadel, I mean, I don't know how you adjust other than swing and guess.
You don't really have a whole lot of safe moves per se you can throw it against ZSS as Ridley. That's why this matchup is so tough. Because ZSS is going to play the game at you constantly. Like, it doesn't stop. And you have to react. But when it's like neutral or it's your turn to play, you can't afford to drop that advantage state. You can't let ZSS out the corner even though she has flip kick, but like try to cover that with this character. And like it's just rough. There's like so much mental power that goes into trying to keep the game even, not even win. You have to keep the game even, and then you can worry about winning. But now we're on Battlefield. Let's see if this goes better for Citadel's game. So,
I mean, it seems to make sense. You want to shorten up the playing field so that, I mean, if Chris is going to have to approach, then you might as well shorten up the field with which Chris can do it. Citadel sitting at 48 right now, getting jabbed at ledge, however. And it almost kind of speaks to reason, right? Because yeah, you have those platforms. Perhaps you can tee up Chris, and he maybe doesn't have the best runoff platform option, at least not compared to other characters in this game. But Citadel, you do have this Nair. It takes up so much of the space on the field. I mean, look at that thing. That takes up, what, 33% of the space on the platform?
Essentially, that Nair and that up smash covered so much space right there. If King Chris ever finds himself on a platform and Citadel is just in a neutral state, he's in danger.
That covers the whole platform.
Yeah. And it's free too. Up smash is intangible in the leg. So even if you try to get a protect trade, you're just gonna get it.
So I don't know. Maybe that is a potential key to victory. Hanging on to these high percentages, which is easier said than done. Ridley is not as heavy as he looks.
He is as big as he looks.
Absolutely. Oh no, he is as big as advertised. Don't get me wrong, but it does not translate over to weight. There's a lot of skin and bones there.
Citadel had time to charge that up smash when King Chris missed the boost kick, but I think he just rushed the punish because he just wanted to get him out there. Oh wow, still living at 178. And that down air, you gotta catch him off guard somehow. It's like a surprisingly good landing option. Just throw it out sometimes.
I mean, you're talking about ways to keep it even. This is how you keep it even. You really have to survive, and we're at 2 stocks apiece, and I have to say that's a victory for Citadel in of itself. I don't know how long this is able to last, but that in itself is pretty impressive.
And again, the up smash covering the whole platform. Where are you going to go? Doesn't matter where you're going to go. I'm going to cover it anyway. And these platforms are just so good for him right now. And the advantage, he gets to use them to like catch Chris in these little scenarios. You can tackle the damage. And you haven't seen him get an early kill off of it, but that's definitely still on the table. And when he's in disadvantage, that top platform, he didn't have that in game 1. So whenever Chris was hitting him, he had to either land center stage, ledge, or on the platform that Chris could cover anyway.
Oh, beautifully done.
Another stock, and Citadel with his first real lead of this set, honestly. He's sitting pretty healthy with his weight distribution at 75%. He's put a little more damage. 13, you mashed a jab. Yes, that's frame 3, I believe. Chris could have mashed up the jab himself, but he just chose not to do it. Probably react, or I don't know. Some sort of honor.
I mean, let's just talk about the way that he took that second stock was so beautiful. Battlefield allowing him just enough space to allow King Chris to approach just a little bit, and then that's when you pull out the side B, drag them across the damn stage, and Citadel not able to make it back, unfortunately. Chris, and even though was sitting at a deficit, this is not undoable by any stretch of the imagination. One combo and this lead is gone. There you go.
Like that, the lead is gone. And it was a slim lead for a little bit, and now it's a pretty sizable lead. 90% on Citadel. That was beautiful. Oh my god.
Man, that's a heartbreaker.
That was so good.
Yeah, and all the credit in the world to chrisypoo for making it back, but it's still that's a 2-0 victory for chrisypoo.